Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on when you watch this. This is Professor Jeff Dunker coming at you with the Network Perimeter Security course, and you can access this through the MyMCC website and Blackboard. So once you log in and go into Blackboard, you're going to come up to this main screen here when you select my course. It is CPT-225, Network Perimeter Security. And there's some basic elements to get familiar with for how you navigate through the course, and I'll go into those in some detail right now for you. So basically, this is the Start Here welcome screen, and we're going to, on the left side here, click on Course Information. What we're going to get here is ability to download. You can just click this link here for the course information sheet. And then you get to see the 10-week plan on when things are due and what things are actually assigned. So for Lesson 1, Network Security Basics, which is due on March 4th, 2019, you have Chapter 1, Fundamentals of Network Security, and a couple pages within Chapter 2 to read. So once you're done with the reading, you can participate in the discussion board that you have access to, as well as complete the assignment, which is a research assignment, selecting security countermeasures. And you'll be utilizing the web and referencing those links within your paper that you will write. You also have to do 2 virtual labs, because you'll have access, once you buy the printed access card from the bookstore, you'll have access to a lab access code, which you'll have to enter probably for the 2nd or 3rd lab in the series, and that will give you access to all the virtual labs. You'll want to click on the links from the Blackboard site initially. Don't go separately register on jblearning.com, because that will interfere with you guys getting connected with the course. With that said, let's go into course content and see what is there. So basically, there's a getting started to get you access with your ebook and so forth. But let's see Lesson 1, for example. Lesson 1, every week you're going to have different PowerPoint lectures associated with the book readings that you're assigned. So with this one, you'll be reading all of Chapter 1 and a couple pages of Chapter 2. So I've made both PowerPoints available for you. It details the learning objectives, your key concepts, and that's basically everything that you need for the reading and review. The discussion board, this one is based on familiar domains, and you click on it just to go into the discussion board area. So then you can click again to actually see that particular discussion board, and it's basically a reading and research assignment. So usually you'll have an associated Word document with the details for it within the discussion board, so you can click on that to download before you do the assignment. In this particular one, you summarize your thoughts in 200 to 250 words based on what domains do you work with or are familiar with, what countermeasures have you used or heard of to secure those specific domains, and what functions does the countermeasure serve. So you can utilize the World Wide Web on these search topics to get yourself more familiar with them. So once you're ready, you can then reply and draft your response or paste it from what you've just written up. You'll also want to offer responses, something more than, "Oh, good job," to at least 2 other students' postings. Offer criticisms, suggestions, or personal stories or work experience that you have to offer. So going back to course content and Lesson 1, let's do that by clicking Course Content. We'll go back to Lesson 1. So that was discussion the discussion post area. Next, you have two different labs. Probably the first one you won't have to put in your input code, your registration code, but the second one you will. So you definitely want to be timely in getting your book ebook access code from the bookstore. Like I said, if you buy a used paper version of the book, it's not going to have the access code in it, so you won't be successful doing the labs without it. So I'd suggest buying the access code from the bookstore specifically, because it has the right information that you need. So each lab has a folder, and I click on the folder, and basically what you have is some basic instructions for the lab, and in addition you have this assessment worksheet. You want to download that before getting the lab and opening it. Basically you'll want to save this PDF and fill it out later or during the lab. So basically it always has a couple questions for you to fill out. Besides, in addition, you need to do access to the lab. You just click on the link here and it'll bring up the JB Learning site virtual lab area where it spins up actual devices for you to work from, whether it's servers, clients, etc. So it's good material, and it actually gives you real exposure to how to manage servers and systems. So it's definitely good value in giving you that work experience. So once you do the lab and it asks you to do screenshots and type in information into your Word document, make sure to put your name inside the Word document as well at the top, so that when you have it saved and all your lab is complete, you can click on this link right here. It says submit here, and that's where you submit both the assessment worksheet and the lab report that you just created. In some cases, some labs may also have an Excel spreadsheet or another supplemental data file for you to upload as well. So keep that in mind. You can attach more than one document. As if I click on submit here now, you just have to go click on browse your computer and select the files that you need. So once you have all the files in there, you just click submit, and you can submit your lab's assignments that way. So going back to lesson 1, we've managed to deal with the readings, the discussion forums, the labs. The other type of work that you need to do are assignments. And this is a particular reading assignment that talks about selecting security countermeasures. So the supplemental file you can download discusses those countermeasures, and you're going to have to submit at least 4 different security threats that the network expansion proposes. Basically, this document up here gives you exposure to an existing office setup and what they would propose to improve or increase their capacity with network switches and wireless infrastructure. So it gives you some details in that regard, and what I'd like is for you guys to use web research and cite your links, minimum report length of 175 words, and all you have to do to submit is click to submit and upload your Word document. So that gives you basic exposure to what this course is going to involve, and I will definitely post new announcements each week, and we'll have some additional YouTube videos where you'll actually get further explanation of different labs when necessary. So if you have any questions, please email me. You have email your professor right there on the left. You can look at your grades and see announcements and additional course resources right there. If you click on resources, for example, all the course handouts all together for the whole course are right there, as well as all the lab assessment worksheets, so you can have them in one place. They're both zip files, so you can just click them and unzip them, and copy them into a handy folder for yourself. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to email me, and have a great course.